So the way this works, you do have a quick start guide that tells you how to use the pen, and it gives you a few different languages, but I will go through that anyways. So you open up the notebook, and the way the pen works is that it uses a scanner that is inside of the pen, if you can see it reflecting off of there. There's the storage, and it uses the special paper. You can't see it on this one, but there's actually like real fine dots on here, and the scanner uses that to track the placement on the page. So we're going to turn this on. I already have this set up, but you can name it, and I'll show you how to do that later. But I like the fact that it doesn't have any buttons on here. It literally only has an on and off switch. It tells you the date, time, and the charge level. This right here is the speaker, and the microphone is right above it, right there. And to set the date,
set date.
Today is so there, we've just set the date, setting the time. I don't remember exactly what time it is. Let's say 9:48 p.m. This is the packaging for the Livescribe Echo Pen. This is the box that it comes in. So it comes with the notebook, instruction manual, the pen itself, and the USB cable. It also comes with a replacement ink. I've had this particular pen for over 10 years, and I have not needed to replace the ink. And also comes with an extra cap. This is the packaging for the Livescribe Echo Pen. This is the box that it comes in. So it comes with the notebook, instruction manual, the pen itself, and the USB cable. It also comes with a replacement ink. I've had this particular pen for over 10 years, and I have not needed to replace the ink. And also comes with an extra cap. I do want to note that the cap on this is the Echo Pen 1. For the Echo 2, it comes with a different cap that a lot of people are complaining come off pretty easily, but this one does not. So the advantages of having the first generation sometimes are pretty convenient. So the way this works, you do have a quick start guide that tells you how to use the pen, and it gives you a few different languages, but I will go through that anyways. So you open up the notebook, and the way the pen works is that it uses a scanner that is inside of the pen, if you can see it reflecting off of there. There's a scanner in there. And it uses the special paper. You can't see it on this one, but there's actually like real fine dots on here. And the scanner uses that to track the placement on the page. So we're going to turn this on. I already have this set up, but you can name it, and I'll show you how to do that later. But I like the fact that it doesn't have any buttons on here. It literally only has an on and off switch. It tells you the date, time, and the charge level. This right here is the speaker, and the microphone is right above it, right there. And to set the date,
set date.
Today is so there we've just set the date, setting the time. I don't remember exactly what time it is. Let's say 9:48 p.m. Okay, if you want to have the pen talk to you, it'll show you the date right here, show you the time. There's the storage right here. This one's a 8 megabyte pen. Battery level. Audio settings. Quality. Your software version. Again, this is the original pen. And then you can navigate the menu on here by using the navigation.
Main menu.
So you push that twice.
Applications.
Go down.
Paper replay. Piano. Translator demo. Shortcut buttons. Settings.
Record quality. Medium. I like to keep it on high.
Settings.
So anyways, you go through the various settings by using the navigation here. And then if you want to control the volume of the pen, this of course will mute it. And this will turn it up.
Settings.
That will turn it down.
Settings. Settings.
And then right there is when you first set it up, you want to select whether it's left or right hand. You can adjust the scroll speed. You can adjust the brightness for the display. Right now it's at 90%. But there's other quick functions that you can use. So if you want to just use this also as like a calendar or calculator, you can do that. So let's say, I don't know, 2 plus 2 equals 4. So decimal. All right, enough with that. The main functions while you're using this, you have record, pause, and stop. This is jumping forward or backwards. You can bookmark pages, volume again. You can adjust the playback speed, and you can jump to certain positions. So for example, all of these, that's like a quick reference page in the notebook. So for all of these, you have this at the bottom of the page. Again, that's the navigation. Here's recording, pause, and stop. This is if you want to jump back and forth. This is while you're listening to playbacks. And then this is also while you're working on a page if you want to bookmark it. And then this is the second page again. So you have this on all of these pages. So let's make an example, a quick one. We're going to press record. Hello, my name is Joanna. Smiley face. Let's hit stop. And now when I upload this, I can see this on the computer and it'll play it out, and I'll show you how that works in other areas. But as an example, now we can actually play this on the pen if we want to. So, fun fact, I've never used this pen before, but yet when I tapped on the recording, I have no idea who that is. We can hit record and hello, my name is Joanna. Smiley face. Stop. If we want to listen to this off the pen, we can. Hello, my name is Joanna. Smiley face. Now, that's a very simple demonstration of how something is created. I've used this for meeting notes and also in classes. I have notebooks, but also something you can do is, I was in a math class when I went back to school that I hadn't been in a math class for probably over 25 years. And during the class, we were actually going through sample questions that the teacher is doing up on the board. So now you can buy individual like loose leaf pages, or rip the pages out of a notebook. These I think are actually out of a notebook, a large notebook. There's different size notebooks. And what I did is I printed on the notebook paper the worksheet that I knew we were going to go through in class. Now, if I want to study looking at just these pages, and I'm trying to remember how to do a problem, which I found myself in a situation, I can go like this, and it will jump to exactly where she started talking about this problem and when I was writing it down. So, as a helpful hint, because she was talking about A, I wrote A as like a marker.
The instructor assigns a grade of A to 10% of the class. What is the lowest score a student may have and still obtain an A? We're we're not getting a value. We want to
You
find
can
the
see that
value.
this whole recording is 2 hours long.
No,
If we want to jump
that
to a
under that
different
curve,
point of the
10%
recording of what she was talking
to the
about,
right, I'm getting
for instance, maybe
10%.
this problem here,
What is the probability that tire selected at random will have a tread length of more than 35,000 miles? And
so
here
you
comes
get the
the
gist of that one.
important condition.
Let's
Assume
stop
that
this
the tread
here.
length
There's also a head jack, so that if you want to plug your headphones into it and listen to it that way, you can do that. So one thing I did notice is that because I still have the first generation pen, it is not compatible with the latest operating systems. So thankfully I still had my older laptop that I initially had this installed on, and it was able to work. Once I tried to install this on my new laptop, it would not recognize the pen. So unfortunately, if you do have the first version, I don't know, you're gonna have to use an older operating system, I guess. But so to get this activated, plug it in, and then once you plug it in, it will recognize the pen. Plug it in, you can see right now that it's transferring the data. So once you plug it in, it'll try and import the information from your pen. So I have several computers. I have my older laptop, I have a new iMac, and then I have a very old iMac that I mostly use as a display monitor now because the operating system is pretty out of date. I did originally use this pen with this first iMac. So just to show you some drawbacks, this is the original version of the Echo Livescribe desktop software. All of the notes that I have from over the years were saved on this, and hopefully to show you like the example of the math worksheet demonstration to see how it shows up. I was hoping to be able to show that, but I can't. These are all of the documents that I have in here, but however, let's click on, sure, let's click on this one. The way you would get this to play is you click where you want it to start in the recording. So let's say I'll click right here. The problem I'm having with this is that it is playing and it is going through as you're writing, and it should be playing audio, which it is not. So let's stop this. But if we go, so I copied all of these files and I put it on my other laptop to see if I could get it to work on here, and it copied these two, but nothing that I had in the notebooks. So just to give you an example of how this would work on here and how it should work, let's click right here.
Somebody called that either a page inventory or a content inventory. And that's what I was referring to a bunch of weeks ago when I said you guys really need to start thinking about creating a content inventory. There's two example screenshots there of what a content inventory would look like or could look like. And
So this is a different class that I was in. This is me taking notes
when I say the documents that
while I was listening to the instructor. So as he's speaking, I'm writing the notes, and it's really nice because it corresponds with, if you're trying to remember maybe something that was going on in class, kind of like the notes, you know, you can go back through and kind of get a gauge of, you know, trying to remember what was going on. if you can't recall it. It's great for studying. It's great for if you're in meetings having conversations. It's great for that because you can actually play that back, and you're recording the audio as well as like what you're writing down. Maybe someone misunderstood something or you misunderstood something. You can go back and play that audio with where you were writing it down. But to give an example back to this, to jump to a different part in the conversation or where we were in the class.
What you call that's the page description, the meta description. The same thing would go in here. And with SEO, remember, one of the fundamental practices should be that your page title, the heading, the H1, and your page description, how much information you have time to collect and document. But you look on page 153, you enter other information in your life, details about the content itself. Sometimes you put in what the heading on the page is. Sometimes you put in sort of a sample, maybe first paragraph that you see on that page. I've seen other things in here like...
So this is the interface for the Echo Pen. Again, this is the older interface. This is the one that works with the Echo One. But to get an idea of how this works, on the left column here, you have, these are all the notebooks that are currently on the pen. These are all of the pages on it, and all of the information that's recorded. You can choose to create a custom notebook, and if you do that, this shows how old these are. This is Flash, Flash programming, some web stuff, and these are ones that were imported. The ones that we saw a demonstration working before, that's this one. We had to go over to the other computer because the sound does not work on this for some reason, as you can see. But if you want to look up just all of the different sessions that you have, you can do it by looking at, these are the ones that are stored on the Smart Pen, selected by, so this is the pen that it's on, the notebooks that it's in, how long they are, when it was recorded. These are from quite a while ago, as you can see, the size of the file. This is the session name, and this is how many pages were in it. So for example, we can select this one, double click on it, and it shows you all of the pages that are in it. And then ideally, you can double click on this, and it will go to the page if the software is working correctly, which I guess not. Yeah. Again, this is the version of the software and the computer that it's on. It's very buggy, but to get an idea, again, you see how this is running, but it's not playing the sound. But you have anything that's in black here, that's something that was written that wasn't recorded. What you have in dark green, these are all recorded areas. So you can click on any point here, and that's where it would start playing it. And this is what's already played, and this is what has not. So let's stop that. In the older version, you had all of these different areas of where you can connect to. you would set it up with going to your different connectors. The newer version has a different type of interface. This no longer works, so that's not fun. But you have computer, email, and again, this whole thing it's super buggy. You can connect to Google Docs, Google Sites, that's not even a thing anymore. My Livescribe, that's not even online anymore. Evernote, Facebook, email. I tried to actually connect to these, and the only thing that actually works was the computer. The email, it kept on giving me areas saying that it just won't connect, which I don't know what the problem is there. They used to have applications. They no longer have those. You can go and import. If you have a saved file, you can import it and choose to put it in there. Like right here is a pencast. That's actually this one right here. These were imported. You can print one. Like right here, this would print the pages that are in there. If you want to search, let's say we want to search for, what's something that I know is in here? I don't know, web. And it will pull up the pages that it has web on them. So that's pretty handy. So it does scan and it can read all of the different text in here. There is software called MyScript. It's $30 and it's a one-time payment. And if you download that, it will convert all of this into text, into typed out content that you can then export to Microsoft Word or just copy and pastable text. I haven't used it. I haven't needed to use it, but there's that option. For up here, this is, if we want to, for the notebooks, the way that I created this, a new custom notebook. So we have this. What you would want to do is as it says, you drag any of the pages. So say this one, I can put this page into this one. And then now you have that page in there. So if you want to try and group things, you can do so that way. Yeah, so renaming things, page setup, if you want to delete a notebook, copy and paste things, you can zoom in and out, audio controls, tools. If you want to print your own notebook, this is, if you want to print your own pages, this is pretty handy. You don't have to pay all the money to print, or you don't have to pay all the money for the notebooks, which can get kind of expensive. Your smart pen, so if you want to rename it or remove it. The inventor of the pen is quite an incredible guy, an MIT graduate who currently holds 60 different technology patents for his learning systems and eye tracking technology. He invented the Leapfrog Fly pen-top computer, LeapPad learning system, and iFluence technology, just to name a few of them. His learning systems and smart pens have provided critical special education assistance to those of all ages, including myself. The Smart Pens help with PTSD and cognitive disabilities, alleviating the stress of trying to listen and take notes as well as process and retain information. Jim's iFluence technology is used in head-mounted displays like Google Glass and Oculus to control and interact with objects in the world with only eye movements. He sold iFluence to Google in 2016 and then became a director in their virtual and augmented reality division to focus on ways to help those with neurological disabilities, like ALS, to access the world around them. I could do a paper on just this guy alone. Aside from the initial cost of this device, which I believe at the time was $150, and it came with 2 notebooks, would probably be the additional notebooks, although I don't consider that necessarily an additional cost since pages can be printed. However, if you do prefer notebooks, they run about $11 to $30 and they'll last for quite a while. I did find 4 alternatives to the Echo Pen. One alternative, of course, is the Echo 2, which is the upgraded version of the pen. The second is the Neo Smart Pen M1 Plus. A third is a pen made by Moleskine, even though they focus more so on drawing. The last is the Sync Pen 3 by New Yes. So all of these pens pretty much do the same thing. The Echo 2 is an upgraded version of the one that I demonstrated. Neo Smart Pen does all of the same things, but it has it doesn't have a desktop app. It only connects to like an app on a mobile phone or a tablet. Moleskine's pen is more concentrated on like drawing and sharing images. The Sync Pen 3 has a really short battery life, and reading reviews on it, it doesn't seem to be very accurate. As you can see, the other 3, they don't have a companion desktop app, and you do have to buy their paper. The Moleskine and Sync Pen have very short battery life, with the Moleskine being 4 to 5 hours. I've already hit on many of these in my demonstration. Limitation first, like most technology, it gets outdated over the years, hence why I lost the majority of my files and many of the connecting features no longer work. Despite being able to recover some of the files by importing them onto another computer, that solution took several hours for me to figure out. Limited technical knowledge wouldn't permit that, and not everyone has spare computers, and I still lost the majority of the files. It also doesn't help that this version of the pen doesn't seem to be supported any longer, so no more of the companion apps or the converting handwriting to text works. For strengths, this is an old pen, but it does still work as intended, especially if you are just starting with it. It has a very long battery life. This particular pen has 8 gigabytes of storage, a built-in speaker to listen to the recordings, but also a headphone jack for privacy. You can still export the files to PDFs and share with others or print it. Notebooks are available, but you can also just print pages instead. Its use is very simple, and the pen is comfortable to hold. The pen I demonstrated is over 10 years old, so I feel that says quite a bit about reliability. I started using this pen after a traumatic brain injury, left it very difficult to process information quickly and retain it. The thought of returning to school and work was incredibly overwhelming. I have a photographic memory, so writing things down helps me remember them. Using this pen, I don't have to worry about missing something. I've even just written down keywords while recording, just to have markers to click on instead of writing everything down. I may invest in the newer pen to get the connecting features and handwriting conversion again, but for now, this one still suits me just fine, and I would recommend it to anyone